Hello and welcome to a super-powered adventure. Today we're going to explore something you use every single day but might not see very often. It's all about electricity. Think about it. Electricity is the amazing energy that lights up our rooms, powers our video games, and keeps our food cold in the fridge. It's like a secret, invisible force that makes so many things in our world work. But have you ever wondered how this magical energy gets to your house? It doesn't just appear out of thin air. It has to travel a very long way, and it needs some special help to get there safely and with the right amount of power. That's where our stars of the show come in, electrical substations. You might have seen them before. They are those big, fenced-in areas with lots of metal structures, wires, and buzzing sounds. They can look a bit mysterious, maybe even a little bit scary, but they have a very important job. Substations are like traffic controllers for electricity. They help manage the flow of power, making sure it goes to the right places. Without them, the super strong electricity from power plants would be way too powerful for our homes, and it wouldn't be able to reach everyone who needs it. Imagine you're trying to send a letter. You don't just run all the way to your friend's house, do you? No, you take it to the post office. The post office sorts it, puts it on the right truck, and sends it on its way. An electrical substation is very similar to a post office, but for electricity. It takes in a huge amount of electrical energy, sorts it out, changes its strength, and then sends it along the next part of its journey. It's a crucial middle step that makes our whole electrical system work smoothly and safely for everyone. So, why can't we just have one big wire from the power plant straight to our house? Well, the electricity made at a power plant is incredibly high voltage. That means it has a massive amount of push behind it. This is great for sending it over long distances, a bit like using a super powerful hose to spray water very far. But if that super powerful jet of water hit you, it would knock you over. In the same way, that high voltage electricity would be far too strong for your telly or your toaster. Substations are needed to calm that power down before it gets to you. Let's follow the amazing journey of electricity, starting from where it's born. Far away, at a giant power plant, electricity is made. This can happen in many ways, like by using wind to turn turbines, using the sun's rays with solar panels, or using steam to spin a generator. The power plant creates a massive amount of electricity. It's so much power, in fact, that it's given a huge push, or what we call a very high voltage. This high voltage is essential because it allows the electricity to travel a long, long way across the country through thick wires called transmission lines without losing too much energy. These transmission lines are the superhighways for electricity. You can see them stretched across tall metal towers, marching across fields and over mountains. The electricity is zipping along these wires at an incredible speed, carrying all that energy from the power plant. But it's not heading straight for your house just yet. It's far too powerful for that. Its first major stop is a large transmission substation. This substation acts like a major motorway interchange, directing the high-voltage electricity in different directions, sending it towards different towns and cities that need power for all their homes, schools, and factories. After leaving the big transmission substation, the electricity continues its journey on slightly smaller power lines. It's still at a high voltage, but it's getting closer to where it needs to be. Its next stop is a smaller local substation. This is the kind of substation you might see near your neighborhood. This is where the most important magic trick happens. The electricity that arrives is still too strong for our homes. The job of this local substation is to take that powerful electricity and reduce its voltage, stepping it down to a much lower and safer level that we can actually use. Finally, after being made safer at the local substation, the electricity is ready for the last part of its trip. It travels along the familiar wooden poles or underground cables that you see in your street. It might even pass through one more small green box on the pavement, which is another even smaller type of transformer. From there, a wire runs directly into your house, connecting to your fuse box. And just like that, the electricity has completed its incredible journey. Now, when you flip a switch, the power is there, ready and waiting to light up your world, all thanks to the clever work of substations. So, what exactly is inside one of these buzzing substations? Let's peek behind the fence and look at the main parts. The most important piece of equipment, the true superstar of the substation, is the transformer. Transformers are the big, often gray metal boxes that you see, sometimes with cooling fins on the side. Their job is to change the voltage of the electricity. Think of a transformer like the gears on a bicycle. When you're going up a steep hill, you use a low gear to make it easier to pedal. When you want to go fast on a flat road, you use a high gear. Transformers do something similar for electricity. The big transmission substations have step-down transformers that take the super high voltage from the power plant and change it to a lower, medium voltage. It's like shifting from a super fast gear to a slightly slower one. Then, the smaller transformers near your home step it down again, from that medium voltage to the low voltage that your appliances use. This stepping down process is what makes the power safe and usable for us. Without transformers, our electrical system simply wouldn't work. They are the essential link in the chain. Next up, we have switches and circuit breakers. These are like the light switches in your house, but on a much bigger scale. Their job is to control the flow of electricity. Engineers can use these giant switches to turn off the power to certain lines if they need to do repairs, or to reroute the electricity if there's a problem somewhere. Circuit breakers are special, super fast safety switches. If something goes wrong, like a lightning strike hitting a power line, the circuit breaker will automatically trip and shut off the power in a split second. This protects the expensive transformers and other equipment from getting damaged. Of course, with all this powerful electricity around, safety is the #1 priority. That's why substations have lots of safety equipment. You'll see things called insulators, which are usually made of glass or ceramic. They look like a stack of plates or bells. Their job is to stop the electricity from escaping the wires and going into the metal support structures or the ground. They make sure the electricity stays on its proper path. The entire substation is also surrounded by a high fence with warning signs to keep people and animals out, because getting too close to high voltage equipment is extremely dangerous. One of the most important jobs of a substation is making electricity safe for everyone. As we've learned, the power coming from the power plant is way too strong for our homes. A substation carefully and precisely lowers this power. It's like pouring juice from a giant carton into a small glass. You wouldn't just tip the whole carton upside down. You would pour it carefully. Substations do this for electricity, using transformers to pour just the right amount of electrical energy at a safe voltage into the wires that lead to our neighborhoods. This ensures that when you plug in your tablet, it gets the gentle power it needs, not a giant jolt. Substations are also our first line of defense when things go wrong. Imagine a big storm comes and a tree branch falls onto a power line. This can cause a sudden surge of electricity, which is very dangerous. The smart equipment inside the substation, like the circuit breakers we talked about, can detect this problem instantly. They act like a super alert guard, and in less than the blink of an eye, they switch off the power to that broken line. This stops the problem from spreading and causing a bigger blackout or damaging equipment in other areas, or even in your home. This protective role is crucial for keeping the entire electrical grid stable. The grid is the whole network of power plants, transmission lines, substations, and wires that connect everyone. Substations are constantly monitoring the flow of power. If one part of the city suddenly starts using a lot more electricity, say on a very hot day when everyone turns on their air conditioning, the substation can help manage that demand. It can redirect power from other parts of the grid to make sure everyone has enough. This balancing act happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to keep things running smoothly. So, the next time you flip on a light, watch your favorite show on TV, or charge your phone, take a moment to think about the humble substation. These fenced-in areas are the unsung heroes of our modern world. They work silently in the background, managing, directing, and taming the wild power of electricity so that it can be a safe and reliable friend in our daily lives. They connect the giant power plants to our small homes, making sure that the amazing energy we depend on is always there, right when we need it, at the flick of a switch.